Hi, my name is Kiri. I'm 25 years of age and I have no friends. I struggle, you struggle, we all struggle to get deep, meaningful, genuine connections with people in this day and age. People show us one thing and they're a fucking other. People are fake as fuck. People are inauthentic as fuck. People aren't genuine. No one wants to have a genuine, deep, loving friendship, a brotherhood even, anymore. It's year 7. That's right, year 7. 11-year-old Kiri gets ready to start secondary school. Ooh, big new school now. He was very nervous, as he's explained before, but a young Kiri plucked up the courage and went. Kiri goes into school on the first day, meets a few people, tries to be social, tries to fit in. And a few weeks go by and he's looks around and he's got his squad, he's got his gang, he's got his friends. His friends, or his form friends, and again at the time, and this is years ago, consisted of himself and 4 others, genuinely, from my class. Us 5. We were close. Months, years go by, and us 5. We've gone in different directions still, but we're still quite close. Year 11 comes. This would have been 5 years. 5 years later. Again, day in, day out, sitting next to each other in class, seeing each other, speaking to each other, messaging, BBM, messaging each other, going out places, whatever. So he's still young back then, but cool. 5 years, right? Quite a long time. Should have a strong connection with these people, right? 11 comes and our group kind of merged with another bigger group. So now there was kind of like 18, 20 of us maybe. We were all friends, right? We all got each other's backs, right? We all cared about each other, right? And this big group around maybe 15, 20 started to, as time went by, start to try new things. It wasn't me, I don't know what these are doing, I think. Smoking, weed, alcohol, you know how it goes, right? Even Kiri back then, he's got drunk once. I think he's got drunk once or twice. Once at the end of year 11 in his life, and another one I did that drunk podcast actually on my channel. But Kiri's never been one to drink. Kiri doesn't want to do substances. Kiri likes to be healthy. Kiri even started to dress a different way to these boys. They were the typical white boys, listen to that house music and the EDM and drum and bass ball, and Kiri kind of liked, and as time went by, the more bashment and the girls whining, and he liked to dress in a very certain way. May have not shown it then, but differences were already shown. Time went by and that group of 5, all of us, we were meant to be best friends. Things started to change. There was dynamics in the group. There was cliques. There was, do I dare say, a wannabe leader. A fucking prick. And what normally happened is Kiri saw the group kind of dwindle in numbers. Maybe 1 or 2 people over time just kind of went their own way. And Kiri was hanging by a string to this group. It was his time to get kicked out. The group kind of noticed he was a bit different. kind of noticed that he was speaking to one or two other people, and he wasn't as close to these people, but he's kind of speaking to other people and trying to connect, and they didn't like that. Still to this day, I would never know, and I don't give a shit if I'm being truthfully honest, and you know I would tell you, but I'll never know the reason. The reason as to why I got kicked out. We had a Power League team, and again, I'll keep it real. You're good, you man, if you're watching. Look at me now, yeah? No hard feelings though, innit? But I will destroy you. We had a Power League team, and I'll never forget this. One of the guys, he was fucking shit at football. He was worse than me. I was probably like the second or third worst, but he was definitely the worst. He was in charge of it, just so he can have some grip, everything. It was called Met Police, and I named it because there's a team in non-league football called Met Police. Yeah, it was me. So there's a team, and we had apparently too many people, so he does the thing, he gets the camera, and he's like, okay, one person's gonna miss out, we're gonna put all the names in the hat, and I already knew back then, I was like, they're gonna say my name. And oh, it's Kiri. Oh yeah, it's a video where you probably done like fucking 6 times and probably put a fucking mark next to my one, you fucking prick. So that was the start. Oh yeah, Power League, now you have to sit out. And then it slowly progressed. Oh yeah, I asked one day, what time we meeting today? Oh, yeah, so there's too many of us, and like you kind of have other people's friends, so I don't think you should come. Those guys that were meant to be by my side, those guys that for 5 years of good friendship, that was the beginning of the end. Time went by, connection disappeared, and summer came. It was summer of year 11. I was alone. I had no friends. They were all together as a group, and I was so vulnerable. I knew nobody knew. I knew nobody knew. I was by myself. And that's when I joined NCS, if anyone who's seen that video. That moment there was very difficult for me because I was so vulnerable. I had the same thing over and over, and the days were same over, and then bang, things changed. And Kiri back then didn't like change. He was very scared of change. He was scared of what the future was going to bring. But that change was one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And I can honestly say from the bottom of my heart, it was such a blessing. I couldn't be friends with those guys today. Those guys that were my best friends from school all snaked me, and it was for the best. I became an outcast. Months go by, maybe a year or two, and Kiri's dreaming. He dreams a lot. And he's dreaming of punching one or two of those guys, the leaders, those 2 guys in the face. He'll go sleep and he'll wake up and he would remember him punching the guys in the face. He would go to sleep and he would punch the guys in the face. Punch the fucking guys in the face for what they did to him. For chucking him like dust to the side. Everything came full circle and it clicked like that. It was trauma. My friendship group gave me trauma. And I'm brave and proud and strong enough to admit that to the world. We all have our different problems. Mine wasn't family. Mine wasn't even really a girlfriend. My first big trauma was my friendship group. And I understand why. Because the guys that I thought had me, the guys that I thought were close to me, the guys that I thought were my friends, weren't really my friends. Yes, we were young. Yes, no one knows what they're doing. Yes, I completely understand. And there's no hard feelings for that. But I got left. I got fed to the wolves. I got ditched. I got snaked. And a few years later, I came back, the leader of the pack. I'm so fucking proud of myself. But Kiri back then, he was so vulnerable. He was so scared to the point where it caused him trauma. I don't have anger towards those guys. I understand it was years ago. It's okay. But I do have one thing. An innate drive to destroy the people that done me wrong. An innate drive to put their heads in the ground and crush their skulls. And that's not on a violence thing. That's on a masculine, testosterone, competitive, healthy competition thing. Where I'm going to become my best version of myself. And become so fucking big, as Alex Hormozi said. The best revenge is to become so fucking big and so fucking successful and become the best version of yourself, where you reach self-actualization, where they simply cannot stop comparing themselves to who you are. That's what I'm going to do. And in my hardest, it's easy for me because I know what I'm doing, but in my hardest times, I think, when I need to go deep and dark and look into the soul, I think we need to crush them. And I'm sure I definitely will do that. Thank you.
If you want to fix your life today or have access to my free self-improvement guide, all links will be down below. If you also like one-on-one coaching sessions or like to learn from my Skool share classes, all links down below.